We're going to do a quick and dirty today. We're going to do lemon garlic chicken and Hasselback potatoes. This is going to be probably one can, maybe two, who knows. But we're going to give that a shot today and hope quickly. As I've said before, this is dinner tonight, so I may miss a piece or two. I hope not. We're going to start with the Hasselback potatoes because these have to cook for an hour. So we're going to start at 4 1/4. That's 425 for those of you who don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And we hit start. The next thing we have to do is make a melted butter to put over the Hasselback. So we're going to put that on a while, and I'll be right back. I'm only doing 2 potatoes, so we're not going to use a whole ton of butter. I want to make so we have enough. So I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons in the saucepan to melt in the meantime. There's 3, and over there's a saucepan. If you can see that, if you can't, oh well. Sometimes life sucks. So we'll be back in a second. We're going to go wash our 2 potatoes. 2 potatoes and a knife. So you got to cut these nice and thin, and you don't want to go through the bottom of them. So the easy way to do it is chopsticks. Every time you order Chinese, get 2 pair, 3 pair, however many orders you get of chopsticks. Put them the same way and put them on each side of the potato. Like that. And then you're going to start to slice. Right down to the chopsticks. Keep it thin. And you don't need to see each one of these. Okay, we have both our potatoes sliced. It only takes a minute, really. A minute and a half, maybe, if you're unlucky. And don't forget, by the way, to turn the heat on the stove to melt the butter, because otherwise you're just an idiot like me. We need a saucepan or something to put the potatoes on. God almighty, this is really going to be a great one, isn't it? Keep it easy on yourself. Use aluminum foil. Aluminum foil is cheap. Aluminum foil is your friend. Small. Again, this is 2 servings. We're going to put them here, and then we're going to salt and pepper them liberally. And I do mean liberally. Potatoes basically have no flavor. So if you don't flavor them, they're going to be bland. And ground the crap out of the pepper. One of these days we're going to make one of those Alton Brown things, you know, where you get the cordless drill and you stick it on your pepper grinder and you just go crazy. Because that would be cool. No, you don't need it, but it's cool. And cool is cool. So we're waiting right now for the butter to melt. Be right back. Okay, the butter's done. So I'm going to take some of this and we're going to coat it liberally, and I mean liberally. Remember flavor? If you use more than what you need, or if you use more than what you need, Jesus. If you use more than what you have, you can always melt some more. Because we're going to reuse this again with some thyme about halfway in. About 30 minutes after we start this. So I think we may need a little bit more, but we'll see how it looks. Don't be shy with flavor. You'll regret it, I promise. Jade the Wonder Dog has to go out, of course. Every time I start cooking, Jade the Wonder Dog has to go out. So, or Jade the Wonder Chef, whichever you like. So, we'll get to her in a second. These are going to sit for a minute. It's not quite time to put them in the oven, but I'll be back. By the way, I forgot to say, these particulars aren't roly-poly ones, so I didn't do it. If your potatoes are rounder, more round, then you want to take on the bottom, you want to slice off just a little bit here to give yourself a flat surface to cut upon. I didn't do that because I didn't need to, because these potatoes are more square-ish. But I hope you pay attention and look at these before you do the recipe, but that's it. Okay, we're just about ready to throw the potatoes in. I'm going to give them one last little splash. I added, by the way, a tablespoon of butter to that, which that should be enough when we add our thyme. I've got the butter sitting on low heat just to keep it going. We're going to put the potatoes in at 450. Because we're going to add the thyme butter mix then. So we'll hold on that. Open the door, open wide and say ah. Throw the potatoes in and hit start. Be back with you in 30 minutes. And we're going to start the chicken then too, by the by. Okay, we're T-minus 45 minutes and counting. I'm doing that because I'm also watching the SpaceX launch of Starlink 6, and because I love that kind of crap. Anyway, we're going to start our chicken, or start prepping our chicken. We have a little bit of flour. I'm just going to coat the chicken in a little bit of flour. Help to thicken the sauce a tiny touch. About a teaspoon of salt. Quarter teaspoon of pepper if you like more pepper. Of course, more pepper is a good thing. Just ask my brother-in-law. Got that. Mix that up a little bit. Take a little bitty whisk. Today, I've noticed, and we've noticed over the past couple of years, chicken breasts are becoming about 700-800 pounds each. So my wife and I divide these in half. Much more economical that way, and we both have enough to eat. So we're going to take this guy, and we're going to cut it in half. I really suck at cutting. I really, really, really do. By the way, you want to make sure this guy's still a little bit frozen when you do that. It's much easier to cut a frozen chicken than it is to cut a floppy thawed chicken. So, got that going. We're going to trim a little bit of fat off. I didn't trim that so much as it fell off. A little bit of fat's good. Flat, flat. Fat is flavor. Now, wash your hands. We're going to be cutting up our garlic cloves. Of course, you're using garlic cloves, and you're not using jarred garlic, are you? Of course you're not. Because this has much more flavor than the other garlic, than anything that's already pre-prepared. Take your knife, bring it over towards the edge so you're not going to catch the handle. Give it a whack. What's that going to do? That's going to help you get the paper off, which is a pain in the butt. And it's going to, you want this stuff minced, so it's already starting to mince it for you. You're just going to do a little bit of work. And I'm using 4 cloves because A, we like garlic, and B, these are small. So take the rest of the paper off. It should come off really easily. He said. Really easily, he said. You want to take the tops off too, the little tops that they attach to the head, the garlic head too. Is it head? Garlic bulb? Bulb. not head. My mind's in a totally different place. And cut that off. Cut. You little bastard. And then paper, and then paper, and paper, and paper. By the way, you're going to notice as these go along, my knife skills really aren't all that. I'm not a chef. I don't pretend to be, and I said that before. I think I said that before. Depends upon which one comes out first, this one or the other one. So my knife skills aren't all that. I can't sit there and go like this for a year and a half and not cut my fingers off, which is exactly what I'd do if I did that. So we have those, and now we're just going to mince away the garlic. A little piece of paper came off again. Didn't get it all. Didn't get it all at all, did we? Bring it all together. Do some more. There's some more. Jesus. Of course, some of it always tries to escape. We don't let that happen. Stand by. Jade, the Wonder Chef, is again at the door. Jade, wait. Come here. Yes, I did take her out 15 minutes ago. Almost 15 minutes ago. So, no, I'm not being a bad father. So take that. Also, we have a lemon. Warm your lemon up if necessary. If it's not warm, throw it in a nuke for 10 seconds or so. That'll help the juices go. You could also do this. And yes, it's on the chicken board, but we're not using it outside, are we? As we bang shit all together. Cut it in half. We're going to use both of these later because we have to cook the chicken first. So we back in, about 10 minutes or so to do the potatoes and probably start the chicken. Hang on. Thyme in here. T-H-Y-M-E. Not T-I-M-E because it's time to do the thyme. Even though the thyme eats thyme. So we're going to give the thyme time. And shit. So we're going to go over here. Take this bad boy back over here. And we're at close enough for government work again. Take these out. I know my camera work sucks. Give me a break. It's brand new. I'm brand new. It's brand new. I'm brand new. Yada yada. See how the potatoes have opened up, by the way? Getting back to the real thing at hand here. Potatoes have started to open up. So now we're going to give them something to absorb inside, a little more flavor. We've already got the salt and pepper, so we're going to do thyme and butter. Just give them a good coating. I need a cameraman. I know you all agree, don't you? Potatoes are not done yet. We can get the ends here really nice. And get these bad boys back in the oven for another 30. Let's put this up. Again, that's 30 minutes, and I put 40 minutes up. I gotta change that. 30 minutes at 425. There you go. We're gonna start the chicken soon. We're going to be starting our chicken. First thing we're going to do is go to, about medium-high. And we're going to add a couple of tablespoons of oil. Olive oil. I like olive oil. I like olive oil a lot. Then we're going to dredge our chicken halves in our flour. And they're still a little bit frozen, which means they're going to cook just a little bit more, which is okay. Put that flour all over there. That's going to help our thickener, to be our thickener along with the butter later on. Cold butter. If I didn't say that already, I probably haven't. I don't think you're going to be able to see this, but there's little swirlies, like little tiny waves in here, like you see in a lake. And you can also smell some of the olive oil too. And that means it's just about ready to start. So we're going to put side number 1 in. It's a little bit cool, but it'll be all right. It's still coming up. But we have a little bit of response to that. So there's a sizzle. That was 30 seconds too early. But it'll work out. And we're going to go for about back in about 3 minutes in, just to let you see it sizzle, and also to remind you, after handling the chicken and coating it, wash your hands. Don't look at me like that. Yes, you have to. Okay, you can see our chicken is pretty much done. Pretty much golden brown and delicious. Thank you, Golden Brown, for that. I brought up the lemon and the garlic. We're not going to put that in until about 2 minutes left into this whole shebang. Really starting to thicken time too, don't you think? So we're good for about another 8 minutes, another 7.5 minutes probably. Then we're going to add the garlic and the lemon for a minute. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon or so of cold butter. And we're going to swish that around a little bit and thicken this up a little bit, I hope. Okay, here we go, spinning through the end. Just about done. Take a look. Looks nice. Looks nice. Anyway, we're going to put our garlic in for a little bit. About 30 seconds, a minute maybe. 30 seconds usually. Just to let it do its little garlicky thing. Oh, and I'm losing lemons everywhere. And we'll get it off the chicken. Get it in the fat and fry up. Little garlic, fry up. Little garlic. Oh, you smell the garlicky goodness. Oh, okay. Lemon. This is one of those thick-skinned things that don't like to squeeze. Don't worry about the seeds. I don't. 1/2. The other half. There's 3 little bastards right there, which we'll take out. Now we're going to push our chicken to one end and get out our butter. Cut off a tablespoon of cold butter. I can't say that enough. Cold butter. Take the skin off it, or not the skin, but the paper. Duh. Put it in there. Let it combine with the juice, the lemon and the oil and the chicken juice and stuff. Get all the garlic down in there. And you'll see our butter's in the back there for our potatoes in a minute. Now this is going to get all glossy and nice and pretty, and it doesn't make a lot of sauce, but it's going to be enough. Just to add a little touch on top of your chicken when it's served. See how glossy it is? See how pretty it is? Okay, let's grab the potatoes, turn this down to low, get the potatoes out. They're nicely done too. little butter on because besides bacon, everything's better with butter. Turn that off. Get a plate. Probably should have oiled those, although I didn't think so with the butter, but probably a little spray stuff never hurts. One of those, and one of those. One of these. Ah, God, that's hot. Woo! And one of those. I'll do a little bit of sauce on top. One sauce. Two sauce. With some garlic. Because garlic is great. There you go. We'll be back. And again, our lemon garlic chicken with Hasselback potatoes. Fresh off the stove.
You like that?
And the Jade, the sous chef, of course, is waiting for stuff.
Yum.
And we have a side salad, of course. This was easy. A little time consuming because it took time to make it. But it's really easy to make and doesn't take a lot of time altogether. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.